Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Vaishali. Today I am here in front of you to discuss the question answers of the chapter Long Walk to Freedom. This chapter is basically the autobiography of Nelson Mandela. The summary of this chapter has been discussed in the previous video. The link of the video is given in the description. You can go and check it over there. So now let's start with the question answers. Where did the ceremony take place? Can you name any public building in India that are made of sandstones? The ceremony took place in the campus of Union Building of Pretoria, which were attended by dignitaries and leaders of many nations. In India, Rashtrapati Bhavan and Red Fort are buildings made of red sandstones. Question number 2. Can you say how 10th May is an autumn day in South Africa? As South Africa is in the southern hemisphere, May falls in the autumn season. Thus 10th May is an autumn day. Question number 3. At the beginning of his speech, Mandela mentioned an extraordinary human disaster. What does he mean by this? What is the glorious human achievement he speaks of at the end? The human disaster was the repression of black by the white rulers. This rule lasted for the long time. The glorious human achievement that he refers to is getting independence from the white rule by the black native. What does Mandela thank the international leaders for? Mandela felt very privileged to welcome the international leaders at the swearing in ceremony because not too long ago the South Africans were considered outlaws. He thus thanks all of them for having come to witness the historical ceremony. This was a gesture of international recognition to a newly born free democratic nation, and it could be considered as common victory of justice, peace, and human dignity. What ideas does Nelson Mandela set for the future of South Africa? Nelson Mandela set the ideals of liberating people from bondage of poverty, deprivation and suffering. He also set the ideal for a society where there could be no discrimination based on gender or racial origins. What did the military journal do? How did their attitude change and why? At the ceremony, the military journals come and salute Mandela. Their behavior was changed. In the past, they would arrest Nelson Mandela instead of saluting him. Why were two national anthems sung on the auspicious occasion of the inauguration of two national anthems, one by the white and other by the black, symbolizing the equality of the black and the whites, were sung? How does Mandela describe the system of government in his country in the first decade and in the final decade of the 20th century? In the first decade of the century, the white erected a system of racial domination against the blacks, thus creating the basis of one of the harshest and the most inhuman society the world have ever known. In the final decade of the 20th century, the previous system had been overturned and replaced by one which recognized right and freedom of all people regardless of color of their skin. What does courage mean to Mandela? For Mandela, courage does not mean the absence of fear, but a victory over fear. Which does Mandela think is natural, to love or to hate? For Mandela, love comes more naturally to the human heart than hate. What twin obligations does Mandela mention? Mandela mentioned that every human has two obligations. The first is to his family, parents, wife and children. The second obligation is to his people, his community and his country. What did being free mean to Mandela as a boy and as a student? How does he contrast this transitory freedom with the basic and honorable freedoms? Like any other kid for Mandela, freedom meant to make merry and enjoy the blissful life. Once one becomes an adult, antics of childhood looks like transitory because most of the childish activities are wasteful for an adult's perspective. Once you are adult, you have to earn a livelihood to bring the bacon home. It's only then when you get an honorable existence in the family and in the society. Thank you for watching. Like, share, comment and subscribe.